Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 2 of our Transport Fever 2 Let's Play. If you guys are new to this series, definitely check out the previous episode in this series, as well as some of the other past Transport Fever 2 series. You can find them on my channel page. And if you're a returning viewer, as always, like and comment, let me know how I'm doing, and subscribe for more videos. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into episode 2 here. So I just paused real quick because we got a little bit of money. And I think we can take a loan out up to 1.5, or sorry, 15 million. So we're going to take that out, and I want to do a little bit of work here while we still got the money to do so. So El Toro in the comments suggested that we could have the fuel train actually stop here, rather than have it go all the way up to the refinery. So that's what we're going to do here. So we need to add in a platform. Now, I think that this is 240 meters. I want to say. Yeah, so this is 240 meters. So if we come in here, 1, 2, 3, so that would be 120 meters right there. And let me just take a look at how long this train is. So this train is 59 meters. So that's plenty of space for it. And now we just need to branch it in here. So I guess we'll bring it out to about there. And then branch it in. And then why don't we get rid of this signal and we'll put it there. And now what I'm going to do is, rather than have this go all the way up there, I'm going to have it stop there and head back down. And now what that should do is it should, hopefully, start putting the fuel onto this platform rather than this one. Sorry, this platform so that our crude train can bring it back down. So let's come into our crude train here. And I'm just going to change this to Tenterden, crude, and fuel, because it's going to be bringing some fuel back. And then, additionally, I want to try and get another train on here. Okay, so we can't get another train full price, but what we can probably do is still get a pretty moderately sized train. So what is that? That's 6, 7. So we'll get that onto this line. And then we'll come in here and make those both the right color. So now we've got 128,000 left. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to come into this line and let's see how many more of these vehicles we can get. We can get 3 more. So now we'll let that run. Our new train will come out of here, and these are going to conflict here because they're both going the same direction, but they should space themselves out, and that should run a little bit better. All right, so now what I'm going to do, because we got no money, I just took out the full loan, I'm going to actually let this run for a little bit so that we can, get some money built up, and then I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Hey guys, we're back, and no in-game time has passed, so let me just get that clock running again. But we did manage to pay our loan back down to 10 million. We got about $1 million in the bank, so we're looking pretty good. So let's get back to the video. So one of the big things that I wanted to establish today was some passenger access using this rail corridor that we've already established. So in order to do that, I'm going to come in here. We're going to do a little bit of work here. So I'm going to delete this out. I need to remember to reconnect that. And then I want to delete out some of this. Let me see if I can get a... Yeah, so I can. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put in an 80 meter. You're probably thinking that that's crazy. But what I'm going to do is I'm just using it as a guide to shift this platform to the right. Hopefully that makes sense. I want this platform So let's see, that's 80, that's 160. We'll go with 160 for now. Basically, I wanted this to still line up where it was, these two tracks, but I wanted to put a passenger platform onto it. So let's go ahead and put this in, and we'll get a little passenger building centered, and a couple flanking buildings. And then we'll go ahead and reconnect this. So now these lines should still function, so we can let that run. But what this gave us now is a good passenger platform to use. I just paused it again because I want to... Let's see, what have we been doing? About 50 miles an hour? 50 miles an hour to join on. And then we're doing 75 for our crosses. So let's put those back on. And now if we come up here, we'll come in at 50. And then we'll go out to 75. Nice. Okay. And the reason I did that is because we need to get this road crossing back in here so that we can continue to deliver the construction materials. So why don't we add that on there. And we'll just kind of bend this around. And actually, before I do that, I want to connect this up with a road. So let's get that nice and straight right there. We'll pull that out. And similarly, we'll pull that out. And then here, how steep is that going to be? It's not bad. So we'll add that in there. And then why don't we connect our road up right in here. So now if we look at that, that's still delivering, which is good. And now this doesn't have great catchment, so we're going to have to put a... little bus network in there. But I think that this is going to work really well. So now, let's grab a track. Let's just generally bring it down there. Now this is going to be the next thing that needs to be edited. So let's just see. Is there a train coming yet? No, not yet. So we have enough space that we can make this edit. So let's add in the pass-through tracks. And then let's add in the new track for the platform. Let's see. We need to get a little bit of money in here. Let's just go ahead and speed this up a little bit so we can add that back in. Just need to get a little bit of money. And you can see what this is. It's trying to share this platform right now, and that's not what we want it to do. Certainly not. So we just need to get a little bit of cash. Alright, so we got a little bit of cash. We'll add this platform back in. And then we'll come in here and we'll delete this track out. Get rid of that signal. And I'm going to carry this down a little bit. And then merge that in so that that matches. And then we're going to need to put a cross in here. We'll bring it right up to 75. We'll add that cross in. And now at Tenterden, we want that to use platform 2. Perfect. Okay. So that's functioning. And now we're going to bring this track all the way down this slope here. And we're out of money. But what this is going to allow us to do is essentially reuse this rail corridor to do dual purpose, to bring passengers down here to Skelton-on-Cleveland, in between Skelton and Tenterden. And I think that that's going to work really nicely. So, as that works itself out, or as the money works itself out, let's kind of talk about some of the things going on in this map. First off, one thing that people were asking about was the mod list and then the seed for the map. Now, the mod list, my full mod list is linked in the description below the video, in all of my videos. And I just periodically update that with whatever mods I'm using in the playthrough. It hasn't changed from the last playthrough that I did. So you shouldn't really see any difference there. As far as the seed, I don't know how to find the seed once the game is already started. There might be a way to do it, and certainly if one of you guys knows a way, just let me know in the comments, and I'd be more than happy to get you the seed for this map. But it is just a randomly generated map. Again, it's huge, so it's 20 kilometers by 20 kilometers. But in general, if there's a way to find the seed once the game has already started, feel free to let me know, and I'd be more than happy to get it for you. Now, some of the things that I'm thinking from where we started. Obviously, passengers between Skelton and Tenterden is a big thing that I want to get done today. We had talked about starting up down here at Carshalton. Man, these names. These European names, they're going to get me. Carshalton. With some food. And then eventually carrying on this passenger rail line that we've got going here. So it could just come right down this coast down here to Carshalton. Askern, we'll have to incorporate that with passengers somehow. And then eventually punching through this mountain range up here, which is going to be a task, because if you look at the terrain here, we're going to have to go uphill. So we're going to have to get onto this like plateau level up here and then punch through with a tunnel, which is going to be very expensive. And then once we're out here, then it's fine, but it's just building that tunnel is going to be the task. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking for the next couple episodes. But we've got a little bit of money now, so we'll continue down here with some double track. Let's see, we'll kind of bend around here. Work our way around here with some more double track. Right up to this bridge. Build across that bridge. Bring it down here. And then we'll carry on around this loop here. And as we come in, the question is going to be, do I want to double track this tunnel? It's not going to be terribly expensive. So I probably will. I'll probably double track it. And then I'm thinking down here, I'll put in a passenger station right about here. So this will kind of branch off into the passenger station. And that will allow it to carry along down the coast, down to Carshalton. Carshalton, man. Who names these places? I'm obviously from the United States, and I don't know, our names are pretty boring, I guess, by European standards. Maybe not, though. Okay. So now, let's come down here and kind of take a look at what we've got for terrain. So if we look in here, this seems to be a good flat area, and we've already got a little parallel road here that I want to use. So if we kind of come in here and delete out some of this road, we're going to have to reconnect it, because you know that I like my industries connected to my cities. But I think we'll probably put it in like right there. Now I think that this is a mainline connection, so we're going to have to relocate that at some point. But I'm thinking if we get our passenger station, you know, somewhere like right in here, it'll end up having good catchment once we get that connected up. and I think that this will be a good spot for it. So we'll probably put it in like right there, and then we can easily branch into this rail line once we have a little bit of cash. So we've got a fuel train coming down here now. We actually just got a little bit of cash, so why don't I go ahead and... Nope, we lost it. But it's going to essentially go in right about here. I think that that'll be a good spot for it. Oh, I missed it. Anyway, once we get that set up, we'll need to double track this down. And now we're going to have to flip this at some point. I might do it like right after this tunnel, and just have it bend a little bit more aggressively. Because where did we double tracked up to there. Maybe I'll break this off here. Because if I come in here now, and I bring that in there, we still maintain 75, and it gets my double track on the right side. Yeah. So we'll just take this down here. And then we'll punch through, and then we'll branch off to our new station. So let's see. We got a little bit of cash. So I'll just bring this down here. Punch that through there. And then I'll carry this on down to there, just for now. So now, if we think about how we want to reconnect this road, I'm just going to delete this out. And our track is going to branch off right here. So we're going to need to kind of bend this road here. And then I'm probably going to bring it down here and connect it in here. And then probably just connect that right into here. I think. I don't know. We'll have to see. But this is going to keep throwing me a warning until I reconnect that. So for now, until we get a little bit more cash, should have a decent amount coming in right here. Not enough to, let's borrow $500,000 to get this show on the road here. So if we come in here now, and we put this in, let's say right there. And now if we edit it, so we can add in our track that we're actually going to use. Let's come in here now, and if we grab this, and I keep it nice and level, let me see what that would look like. So that's going to do 64. If I bring it even further back. So that's going to be 75 through there down to 71. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them slowing down a little bit here. Let's go with a 40-mile-an-hour connection in there. And we'll make this a double switch. And now, that should be enough to get this connected up. So what I'm going to do is, just to reestablish this connection, I'm going to branch in here at a 90. And then we'll just reestablish that connection there so that it gets rid of that notification. Okay, so now that that's connected back up, and I know that this is not necessary, but I'm just going to connect this back up as well. Okay, so now that's connected back up. Now we're going to need to signal this. So if we come up here and we get our signals, we want one way and we want to auto signal. We'll probably go 400 meters. Maybe 500. No, we'll go with 400. And that didn't work. Let's try it again. There we go. So now that sent auto signals all the way down here. So we'll send those back. And they ran to there, which is good. And now we're going to need some signals here. So we'll put one on and off. And we're going to need to put a cross in here. So we might as well go ahead and do that now. So we'll do a 50-mile-an-hour cross. Right there. So now this is functioning, this line, which is good. Now there is a little bit more double tracking that we need to do right here. So we'll just go ahead and get that set in. And then why don't we cross this so that they can switch over immediately after this stop. And now I'll just put these in manually. So we'll have one here and here. And then let's go about halfway. Got signals there. We'll need signals there. Signals there. And I'll put this signal in there. There we go. So now that's working. So now we can let this run again. And let's set up a new line here. So this is going to be our Tenterden down to Skelton-on-Cleveland. Let's make it like a dark green. Maybe a dark blue. And I think I want these guys to wait for maybe 60 seconds before they head out. So we'll do 60 seconds. And this will be Tenterden down to, we'll just say Skelton. Yeah, that'll be our line for our passengers. And they're going to share this with the fuel line. But here they're just going to pass straight through. And we're definitely going to need to set up a little bus route here. Especially down here in Tenterden, but also down in Skelton. So if we look at this, if we get this set up, connect that up. What does the catchment look like here? Yeah, so we'll need a bus stop here. So why don't we get a pair of stops there, a pair there, and then maybe a pair there, and we'll set up 2 new routes here. Let's see, a King's Road. Yeah, that's what I want you to do. Let's make this green, just so I can see it just a little bit better. And this will be Skelton, bus to train, and this is going clockwise. And now let's set up our new line. And we got a new train. We got the BR-53. And let's see, at King's Road. There we go. And we'll go green again. And this will be Skelton bus to train counterclockwise. So now I need a depot in here. I need a depot somewhere here in in Skelton. So let's spin this around and maybe get that in like right there. So now if we come in here, we do have... I don't know what these are. It's a steam bus. And it carries 5. So let's get one of those on each of these lines. So first we'll make them the green color. That will go on the counterclockwise, and that will go on the clockwise. Okay. So now if we pause for a minute, we'll come back up here to... where's this? Tenterden. And let's connect up some of these roads so that we can get a nice circulation going through here. And now we're going to need some buses. And let's have them... I would love to get another road through here, so let's see if I can. Yeah, so if I put that in there... So we'll get buses that stop maybe there. And let's see, maybe they'll stop there. So let's see how these lines are going to work. And we'll make this maybe a purple color. That's okay. I kind of want them to just carry on straight down this road. But if they want to come back to this road, that's okay. But this will be our... What is this going to be? Tenterden. Bus to train. And this is going clockwise. And now we'll go the opposite direction. And let's see here, at Church Street. Yeah, that was the one. And now this is going to be Tenterden bus to train counterclockwise. And now similarly, we have a depot in here, so let's get 2 of these steam buses. We'll make them that purple color, counterclockwise and clockwise. Okay, and now we need to get a train on here. So let's go into our trains. So we got this BR-53, which is much better than the Borsig. So what I want to do first, if we come in here, I want to edit this train. And I want to get a BR-53 on here. And maybe 2 more... Maybe 2 more cars. So let's borrow a little bit of money and let's see if we can get the rest from one of our trains. Doesn't look like it. So let's borrow just a little bit more. And if we come on here, I want to get that train now. And we'll make it that orange color. And now let's see if I can get a train. So for this, I kind of want to see if the Borsig could handle it. No, I guess we'll wait and we'll get a better setup. But now this should handle the hill perfectly fine. In fact, it is. So I kind of want to come onto here and add on. Nope, don't have enough money for it. But that should handle the hill fine, and it's going to allow us to transport a good deal more fuel, which will be good, down to Skelton. And then eventually we'll get these Borsigs swapped out for those new trains as well. So quick autosave. I really want to get a passenger train on here. So we're getting some activity on those buses. We'll get a lot more once we get the passenger train on here. But it looks like that passenger train is going to cost about, I don't know, about $1 million or so to build. Probably a little bit more. So with that being said, I don't really want to take out a huge loan for it just because I don't know how successful it's going to be. But these trains are still running well. They'll just pass right through that passenger station. And then let's see how this does on the money. So it's coming in now with 45. Yeah, that made $500,000. That's pretty good. We'll have to see how that does on speed coming back up the hill so we can figure out how many more cars we can add. But okay, we got 800. Let's see how we can do. Let's see if we get a Borsig. Now, I really want to get at least 4 cars on there. So we need 1.2 for that. Because how much would it be? Let's take a look. How much would it be to get one of these BR-53s? It just has so much more running cost. Yeah, its running cost is just so much higher. But we'll have to see how this does coming up this hill so we can add on a few more cars for the fuel delivery. Because we're certainly getting enough fuel piling up down here that we can afford to put on a bit more capacity onto that line. The question is just going to be, how bogged down does it get coming back up this hill? So let's take a look. So it's coming onto the hill now. And honestly, it hasn't slowed down. Okay, there it goes. It just dropped 1 mile an hour. 2. Let's see. This is kind of the point where it peaks out. Yeah, so if it just drops down to 28. All right. Let's add on a few more cars. Maybe 3. We'll add on, we might as well just finish out that platform. But now it's got a ton of capacity on there now, so it should make a ton of money. The question is just going to be, does it have enough power to get back up that hill without getting bogged down? And I imagine our biggest losers, yeah, they're the buses for now, but that's because they don't have anywhere to drop people off. They can't bring people to the station yet. But nice. Okay. So what we're going to do is once this train drops off and we get a big influx of cash, I'll probably borrow the rest to get a passenger rail line on here. Just wanted to make sure that that was a double switch. That way we can get something running on this line for passengers, which I think is going to work really well. I'll probably go with a Borsig, I think. I think that's what we're going to do. But let's see how this does for cash. So if we come down here, $678, that's really good. Okay, so now if we come in here, and if we got a Borsig with 4 cars, it would cost 1.2. And it's got a mediocre power rating. I think it would be able to get up the slope pretty well. So let's borrow a little bit more cash. And let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to get the Borsig. And I'm going to get 4 of these cars. So that will be 24 passengers. And let's get that on that line here. And now let's see how much it would be to swap these out. So if I wanted to add one of those, that would be 600 or 700,000, roughly. Yeah, I mean, I think I could get that done. And let's see, are these passengers coming down here to take the, to get on the train? Let's see. Yeah, at least one of them was. He's coming down here, 28 miles an hour. Let's see how this does coming back up the hill. With all those extra cars. He bottomed out at 28 coming back up on the way back before we gave him the cars. So now he's down to 26, 25. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. He can carry 60. So I think we're going to need to move a little bit more fuel down here. So one way that we could certainly do that, if we come in here, maybe add on like 4 more vehicles to deliver cargo. They should come out like right here. Let's see, we got 4 passengers there waiting. Got 2 down here, but we have a full load coming down here. I'm hoping that all 5 of those get onto this platform. We also have some people walking. So let's see how we're doing here. Yeah, so we got 7. 7 waiting, and he's going to wait for 60 seconds before he comes down here. Go back up here to Tenterden and see how we're doing on passengers. We got 9. 9's not bad. This bus is coming down here with 5. So hopefully they all make their way over here and get on the train. How many did he leave with? If I can just select it. Okay, so he left with 7. That's not quite going to cut it, I don't think. Okay, another thing that was discussed was that this platform should really be on the other side of the station so that it doesn't have to cross. So why don't we add in a little bit of some buildings here. We'll add in a little road. And then we'll branch this off here. We'll connect that up, and then we'll go ahead and put in this station. Maybe right there. So now let's take a look here. Yeah, I'll add in a building right there to really tie it together. Then maybe a couple more platforms. And now this line, I want them to go here like that. And we'll have them wait for a full load of oil before they do. And now we can go ahead and get rid of that. And all these trucks are going to have to spin their way around to get down here. but that should work. Alright, so we got 19 passengers waiting there. Well, let's see how our train does getting up this hill. And this might be a problem. So this guy's gaining on him now. So this might have to be upgraded because he's going to catch up to him. Probably. Maybe not. This Borsig might make it through that station. But he's slowing down to 19, 20. Yeah, he'll make it through the station, but it's still, you know, it's a little bit closer than we probably would like. And now this, hopefully this will top this off with fuel. It will. And hopefully by shortening up this journey, we should get a little bit more fuel produced to get brought back down here. So now this is coming up. This can carry 32, and there's 31 on there right now. Let's see if the 32nd can show up in time to catch the train. I don't think it will. Yeah, it won't. But hey, 31 though, that's not bad. Didn't make a ton of money with just those 7, so we'll see how it does with a better load. Okay. So this train, our fuel train, is heading down with a full load. Let's see how many passengers we got. So we got 14 down here that are waiting. Got a pretty good buildup on this clockwise route. So that makes me think that we want to get another bus on there. And it makes sense because it's coming from the, you know, the passenger area. Why don't I help this out here? Connect that up there. Just so we can get a little bit better catchment out of this bus stop. Maybe not. Here, once we get this in here, we should. Yeah, so now we get all of that catchment with that, which is great. This has catchment here, and then the station has catchment as well. So we got 19 on there. Let's see. A little passenger train just left, so he's got 31. What I really want to do is get these fuel trains upgraded so that they can move more capacity. And now this is rocking. This is working really well. Probably get like 2 more vehicles on there to deliver construction materials, and then down here, same thing. This is just getting totally overloaded. So we'll get maybe 2 more vehicles on there. Okay, so our little passenger train, the little engine that could. I'm sure everybody's read that book. I'm going to add another bus on this clockwise one just because it's getting a little overloaded here at this station. So I think that that'll help get passengers down here. And now let's see how this train does. Financially, that is. Alright, so it made $260. Its running costs are $199 so per year. So if it can make a trip a year, it should do fine. That is, if it's consistently moving with full loads, which it's not necessarily moving with full loads here. So let's see. This one, counterclockwise, could use another bus. I really like these little steam buses. They're pretty cool. Although it doesn't have a driver, so... Oh, yes it does. It has a driver. I was going to say, that's a little worrying. It doesn't have a driver. But anyway, yeah, I think that this is working really well. One thing that's not working well is we're not getting enough fuel up here onto this train to deliver. So this train needs, let's see how many more he needs. He needs 25 more. I don't think this is bringing, oh, it's bringing 25 back on the, man, it's like we planned it like that. Okay, this is working pretty good. This is definitely the weak link in this delivery chain, because you can see that these guys could probably fit a few more onto this line. Maybe two more. Two more on there to get the fuel up here, because we're getting plenty of crude oil. We're just not getting enough fuel back here at the platform. That's the issue. That's the holdup. So let's see, this should top this off so he can head out now. Yep, perfectly. Perfect amount. And now he'll head down here to start getting this worked out. Let's see, where's our little engine that could? Made it all the way up here. And now I think this is going to start to do better. I think this is going to start to run better. It's got 25 passengers on there. Okay. So that's working pretty well now. Let's see if our little train set off. He did. And luckily that made it all the way through, which is good. Okay. I think that this is working pretty well. How many passengers we got down here? Yes, we got more than a full load down here waiting, which is good. That's exactly what we want to see. We got a few passengers up here waiting as well, which is good. Okay, we're starting to get some good cash rolling in, which makes me wonder if we're about ready to get new trains on these. I think we are. Maybe just one more significant payout, and then we can start getting that set up. We're starting to get a good amount of fuel over here, so we've got a pretty solid number of vehicles on here now. Which is good. That's good to see. And I want to say, what did we say it would cost? About $750 to replace the trains on both of these. So we do need a bit more money in order to make that work. Because I also want to add on a couple more cars, if we're going to do that. Yeah, because we're not getting enough fuel down here. It's only got 36 on there now. This is coming back with 35, so that should top it off, and then it should set out, which will be good. But okay, let's borrow a little bit of money. Let's get these trains fixed. So we're gonna get rid of these old Borsigs. And we're going to add on these new BR-53s. Let's see now how many cars we can get away with. So we can add 2 cars to each. So let's do that. And now these are going to be much better trains than they were before. They're going to run a lot better. And then just as we kind of get outpaced with the capacity of our little Borsig running back and forth, then we can start to think about getting a new train on there. And now this counterclockwise one is getting overloaded down here. So I want to try and get another train, or another steam bus on there. I think that would work really well. So we can get another steam bus on there. Let's see how these lines are running. These ones are doing okay with what they've got right now. So I think just another steam bus down here would really do the job. I don't know how much those steam buses are. Less than 50k, which is good. So now both of these lines now have 2 steam buses on there. And that should help these out much better. Okay, guys. I think this is probably going to bring us to the end of this episode. We got a lot done. You know, we had to take a little pause there at the beginning of the episode to just build up a little bit of our cash. But I think now we're really rolling. So we should be able to do some really good things here in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did and you made it this far, please consider leaving a like and consider subscribing for more videos. And as always, if there's things you want me to try out, mods you want me to try, suggestions, if anybody has an idea on how to find the seed of a map once the game has already started, definitely let me know. And before we go, why don't we build our headquarters? Now we're gonna build it here in Tenterden because this is where it all started. And just as I say that, we're out of cash and I can't build it. But don't worry, we'll get it built. I think we'll build it right over here by our little road depot. Maybe across the street. No, maybe on this side. So let's see, I need 1,000. Somebody can get me 1,000, right? I'm sure somebody can. I don't know if we got any trains running in here. Yeah, there we go. We got one coming in right now. So we'll get our headquarters set up in there. On the slope. That's terrible. Can't have it there. I need to find a nice flat place. Preferably a place that doesn't cause me to lose all of my... Alright. It's going to go in there. How's that look? Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's not quite flat, though. There we go. Okay. Now this is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.